What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Bulls Report as we are live for day 2 of the 2025 NBA Draft. And the Bulls are no longer selecting at pick number 45. We are going to be selecting at pick number 55 because the Bulls landed one of the top prospects in the 2025 NBA Draft. Cash considerations. Welcome to the Chicago Bulls, Jerry Reinsdorf's best friend. You know, when the Bulls were having their big board heading into this season, cash considerations was number one for Jerry Reinsdorf. But that was a big trade that went down for the Bulls today. Just dropped 10 spots in the draft to pick up cash considerations. So what are they going to use this money for? Who the hell knows? But I'll give credit. Whoever made this on Twitter, hilarious stuff. You could probably use this also the last 5 years covering the Bulls. They've traded for cash considerations probably 10 different times, it feels like. But welcome in, everybody. If you guys are excited for the draft, just give me a C red down below in the comments section. We'll give you guys some shout-outs. Mashawn Walls in the building saying, yo, Seeps, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. I saw you weren't too happy about the trade earlier today. A lot of Bulls fans weren't happy about them dropping 10 spots in the draft and just picking up some cash. I will speculate a little bit here. The Bulls are the one landing spot for Bradley Beal that has been thrown out there by some NBA insiders. I wonder if the Bulls are thinking, all right, we'll take on Bradley Beal's contract, we'll get a future first-round pick, and then they're going to use the cash they got to just cut him and buy him out of his contract. Maybe that's why they decided to pick it up, but who really knows? But we'll see. We'll see. As we already got some Rocco chants coming in the chat. Rocco Zikarsky, he would be a very fun pick at pick number 55. Will he get there? I am not sure. We'll just wait and see how this board falls. We do have a lot of moving pieces in the NBA, especially at the top of the second round. The Phoenix Suns are now going to start the second round of the draft, and apparently they're targeting Rasheer Flemming from St. Joseph. Rasheer Flemming, 6'7" guy. He's got a 7'5" wingspan. He is freaky out there on the basketball court, but he should be a typical 3-and-D guy. He's got a super quick jump shot 39% this past season at St. Joe's, so he'll probably be the first pick at pick number 31, but here was the official trade. Bulls getting cash considerations. I think that is it's just funny to look at a trade graphic where it's just like, oh, Lakers are moving up 10 spots. Why did the Bulls move back? Well, they're just getting cash. How much cash? Who knows? But you know, the Bulls, they're especially Jerry. I saw somebody tweeted out there like, I could see this negotiation going where it was AK talking to Pelinka, and he was like, all right, yeah, we'll take your 2027 second round pick. Then Pelinka counters and says, what if we just give you some cash considerations? Then Jerry comes in. He's like, deal, 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 deal. We'll take it any day of the week. But classic Bulls fashion, moving down 10 picks. But then again, like, I wasn't really as pissed about it as some fans were on Twitter and on YouTube. I understand it's, you know, the Bulls are acting like a poverty, cheap franchise when they're Chicago, one of the biggest markets. Definitely a little disappointing, but I don't know, like the prospect you're getting at 45, clearly they didn't love anybody in that range. I bet you they probably have 10 guys that they feel like they could get from like 50 to the last pick of the draft. So I'm not really sweating about it too much. But Jeff Bartlett kicking it off with the first super chat today. I appreciate you, Jeff. Everybody show Jeff some love down below in the comments section, and we'll give you guys some shout outs there. Jeff saying, day one, Noah was on my list, just not in front of Sorber, Queen, or Bryant, all except Yakachonis. All right, so I went back and I was watching last night. I was up till about 2:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep after the draft, and I was watching a lot of Essengue highlights, and I was watching what other Bulls YouTubers were saying about Essengue, and I'm definitely lower on him than other people are. When I was going back and watching him, there's no doubt the upside is there. I don't want to take that away. Like, he's 18 and a half years old. He's incredibly young. His body will just naturally fill out, so I'm not really too concerned about, you know, him weighing 195 pounds. I'm sure once he's in the NBA weight training programs, like, he'll be able to put on some weight pretty easily. But I just think for him to be a successful pick, he's going to have to be an all-world defender. And I understand he does fit the pace of play the Bulls want to play with, where it's Josh Giddey, you're pushing the basketball up and down the floor, you got these athletic wings running on the outside. It makes a lot of sense, but you go throw on his tape, I probably saw out of a 25-minute video I watched, probably about 5 to 10 plays of him scoring in the half court. Like, it was very rarely you throw him the ball, even just like a one dribble, you know, rip through to the rim. It would be a lot of him off-ball cutting, which I do think is a plus. You know, if you are a good off-ball cutter, that obviously matters in the NBA and just the game of basketball, but he doesn't really create for himself. I just don't really see the upside offensively that I guess other people see. And I think, I was listening to Brad Stevens. I saw a clip of him talking about how he was like simplifying the NBA draft, where he was saying like, hey, what's basketball? You got to dribble, you got to shoot, you got to defend. And Essengue doesn't really do any of those besides play defense. And that's just because of his eyes. So I have a bunch of mixed feelings about this. I don't want to bash the guy because I'm obviously going to be rooting for him, but I am a little disappointed they didn't take Derek Queen, Thomas Sorber, or Carter Bryant over him. Like, I feel like we're going to be looking at that 4 clumped up where you see Essengue and then right after Derek Queen and then right after Carter Bryant, then following pick Thomas Sorber. I don't know. I'm just not as high on him as other people. And if you are high on him, I don't blame you at all. Like, the guy is an athletic freak, man. Like, he can fly up and down the floor. Clearly the upside is there. It's just, Dylan, you know what I think the worst word in sports is? And my high school coach used to say this to me all the time. My least favorite word in sports is potential. Because what is potential? It's really nothing. Like, it's just you're kind of hoping on a guy developing, and he is a potential, prospect. But I don't know. Dylan, obviously me and you wanted, to go Derek Queen or, get a center of the future. But I don't know if are you warming up to Essengue at all? Hopefully he can be a part of this future of the Chicago Bulls here.
I'm getting Frank Ntilikina vibes right now.
And Dylan's a Knicks fan. That hurts a lot, Dill. Yeah.
Didn't score that much. I mean, the 3 points per game, now they're not running a triangle offense like the Knicks, so maybe it'll be a better fit for him, but who knows? International players are always a huge risk, and you don't know if they're going to be a high reward or they're going to be a bust.
You know what, this pick, it kind of felt like the Bulls were, I'm smarter than you. Like, I'm going to kind of overthink this a little bit. I'm going to prove to you, like, oh, I went and, I found this guy, like, playing overseas. And also, interesting pick from the Bulls front office. Even though they did get their shadow extensions this offseason, this is like a Sam Presti pick or like a Brad Stevens pick. Where, like, these guys, they know they're going to be the GM for the next 5-7 years at least. So you will be able to see this guy develop. But the Bulls, like, is AK or Mark Eversley, are their jobs really that protected unless, again, we don't know those contract extensions. We just know they signed them. How many years? We have no idea. But again, like our Arturis and Mark Eversley, are they going to be around to see this guy fully develop? Because once his rookie deal is done, this guy's going to be 22 and a half years old. Still a very young player. But, I will say I'll be rooting for him. No doubt about it. Hopefully I'm very wrong about this guy. I hope he is a typical 3-and-D high-end role player for the Bulls. But, yeah, kind of like what Jeff was saying, I would have rather gone Thomas Sorber, Derek Queen, or Carter Bryant. We'll see. Cedric Anthony, what's going on, man? Does this move take them out of the Jonathan Kuminga deal, you think? I think it does. Now, unless the Bulls just really try to keep firing away with these athletic wings that they keep bringing in. But, like, you think about it, you already got Patrick Williams. He'll get some minutes still. Dalen Terry will still get minutes. Obviously, Modest Buzelis will get a majority of those. And now with Essengue, like, I just don't think the Bulls are interested in Kuminga. Now, we'll say the odds. The Bulls still have the third best odds to land him in a sign-and-trade. But I would probably guess that the Bulls are out on the Jonathan Kuminga sweepstakes, which I'm cool with. As Knowledge Untamed saying non-shooters. Yeah, the Bulls don't really have a lot of shooters on the roster at the wing spot. You're hoping Buzelis can definitely develop into that, but we'll see. Also, Mark Eversley. Shout out to Joe Cali. I know a lot of fans don't like Joe Cali. I like Joe Cali because he put some pressure on the front office. He was asking Mark Eversley yesterday because Marquez came out countless times and said, we got to find that guy. Like, you can have depth, you can have a complete team, but if you don't have that guy, it's tough to win a lot of games in the NBA, which is very true. Like, even the Pacers, a very complete team, they still got a Tyrese Halliburton, they still got a Pascal Siakam. Callie kind of asked him, well, how do you plan to find that guy? Because you continuously draft 11 to 15 every year. You never have money in free agency. You never swing big on a potential trade. Like, how are you going to find that guy? And Mark Eversley kind of hinted at Modest Buzelis being that guy, which I will say, I don't know if Modest could ever be a number one option on a championship team. I think he's got like Evan Mobley type of potential where he could be like a great number 2. But I do think that is very encouraging that Buzelis will be a guy they're building around. I think it's Josh Giddey and Buzelis in their eyes. I would personally have it. Throw Io in that conversation too. I think I'm going to have to start believing in Josh Giddey because he'll get an extension here. Honestly, it could happen tonight. But yeah, I just one positive out of last night was Mark Eversley saying like, hey, maybe we have that guy, Modest Buzelis. So, but again, who knows? I was watching a video of somebody comparing Essengue to Giannis, which was that was something for sure. But who knows? Larry saying my sister is 6'10" at 19 years old. With a jumper, do you think the Bulls might want her? I mean, that seems like a Dream Bulls draft pick right there. 6'10" with a 3-point shot. Modest has that old school personality, wants to rip people's throats out. That attitude will get him far. 100%, man. He's just a tenacious player. You know his work ethic. You don't need to question it. Also, I might actually try to find this photo. Dylan, I'll slack it to you if you want to throw this up on screen here. Modest looks absolutely yoked. Let me see if I could find this here real quick. I saw it a while ago. Let's see. It's like the Modest Buzelis looking jacked. Let me see. Remember I sent it to somebody recently, but Modest Buzelis, like he looks like he put a lot of weight on his frame, which is very encouraging because I think with like how aggressive he is getting to the basket, if Modest can kind of get to those bumps a little more instead of him just naturally having the finish over the top of guys, instead of him, he's putting a shoulder into a, Big's chest a little bit. I remember Marcus Smart was after actually a game at Oklahoma State. I went to this game. It was Oklahoma State versus Kansas. He was playing Joel Embiid. And I was listening to radio after the game when we were driving back, and he was talking about, how do you go attack a 7'2" guy like that? And he was like, most people think you should shy away and try to go over the top of rim protectors. You just take it right to the chest. They cave in a little bit. You can get it going over the top. So hopefully Buzelis can get that part, just filling out his frame a little more. I can't find this photo. That is disappointing. He was looking so yoked in this. That's a shame. If I find it, I'll toss it up on screen for you guys. Oh, I got it. I got it. Oh, I don't have a link for it. Posted that on Instagram. Do you want to maybe get a link for it, Dill? I don't know how easy that would be, though. Yeah, I can show it on camera. So this is Buzelis right here. Looking pretty good. Obviously a little tough to tell, but his arms are filled out. He's looking fantastic. So that's definitely a positive sign. But I don't know. Essengue he's a polarizing pick. Tremendous upside. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the pick, but we'll see. But if you guys are ready for the draft to start, hit me with a go down below in the comments section. Bulls, pick number 55. We got a little bit until they're drafting, but it's still going to be fun hanging out with you guys, chopping it up about the Bulls. Also, if you guys want a super chat to get up on the show, please do so. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's just a dollar icon below the live chat. Dylan and I are probably going to be live for a total of about 7-8 hours over the last 2 days. So if you guys want to support us, make us look good for our bosses too here at Chat Sports, sending a super chat is a great way to do so. And you know what? If somebody sends a $50 super chat, we'll shotgun a beer here. Maybe we'll take some shots. We could have some fun. But if you guys could, would be greatly appreciated. As Knowledge Untamed in the chat saying dispensaries only take cash, and you got to be high to own this team. He on that Jerry Buss lifestyle. That's a good one right there. Knowledge Untamed. I like that. If I was Io, I would ask to be traded. That's his hometown team, though. He grew up in Chicago. I don't know if Io would be down to get dealt from the Bulls, even though it's not looking too good right now. Wall saying go. KS saying go. Jeff saying go. Travis Andrews saying the Bulls should draft Cam Jones out of Marquette. Dylan was asked in the office earlier, who's your favorite prospect in round 2? And he said Cam Jones. I'm a massive fan of his game, though. Super smooth player. Lefty. Can get to any spot on the floor. I just don't know if his athleticism will translate too well to the next level. But, again, maybe if he just gets more in his bag, shouldn't be an issue. But, yeah, I would love Cam Jones.
I'd say he's one of the true veterans that are coming into this class in the NBA, because the first 9 yesterday were all freshmen.
It was the youngest first round ever.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think it was. Were the Bulls the first team to take an international guy too?
Might have.
I think we were the first because obviously Flag, Harper, Edgecombe.
Does Demon count?
He played at BYU. Yeah. I guess he would be the question mark there. But yeah, bunch of freshmen were taken yesterday. I mean, the Bulls, Senge's 18 and a half years old, which is insane. Rocco might have been there at 45, not 55. Oh, I am so prepared for the Bulls to draft Rocco, and I really hope they do.
Watch the Lakers draft him.
Oh, that might be it. I mean, the Lakers, they traded up with a guy in mind. They obviously need a big. I don't know. I'm curious where Kalkbrenner is going to go. Who is Rocco? Rocco Zikarsky. 7'3". He's got a 31-inch vertical. He only shot 20% from downtown this past season. He barely played. He was playing in Australia. He's just about to turn 19 years old. Massive human being. 7'3", but at the combine, he was actually shooting the ball pretty damn well. So maybe he could be a stretch 5. You take a chance on him at pick 55. I would be thrilled. I just don't think he's going to be there. Look at that big. He's actually on the thumbnail of today's show. I put him on the thumbnail, but this is him. Has he got cauliflower ear a little bit? This guy a UFC fighter. But yeah, this is probably my dream guy. I really doubt he gets there. Kobe Brea, I was looking at him a little last night. Shooter from Kentucky. Why do you want Rocco? He's a 7'3" center. Bulls need a center, and I think it would be a fun that's just a reason to take somebody. But I think it'd be an interesting prospect to see if he could develop. 7'3" guy, 32-inch vertical leap, barely played last year in Australia. This is a 19-year-old, and he's a massive, massive human being. But maybe this could be your Vooch replacement. Maybe you end up finding a diamond in the rough in the second round, and you just let Vooch walk after this year, and it's all right, we got Rocco as our center of the future. And plus the name Rocco, it's a badass name. I love that. Mike Nintendo saying, can we fire Billy Donovan? No, he just got extended. But here's our scouting report for Rocco. Traditional center prospect, finishes well around the rim and owns the boards just because of his natural size. He should do that. But solid rim protector, given his size, unlikely to elevate his offensive ceiling, and has defensive limitations as well. Switching on the guards, definitely an issue for him. Listen, if the NBA still had defensive 3 seconds and that wasn't illegal, this guy would probably be a first-round pick. You just park him under the rim, and he would just cause havoc. But I think this would be one of my top guys. Kalkbrenner's probably going to go in the first 10 picks tonight, but this is actually the shooting I was talking about. So spot up shooting obviously did not go well, 6-25, but the three-pointers, 24-49 for being a guy who also damn near 7'4". I mean, wingspan almost 7'5". It's just ridiculous. This is a guy I would take a chance on. I would rather in the Bulls in the second round, you try to get a proven commodity like Dylan was saying, and a guy like Cam Jones where he would step in, play well right away, and I feel like guards are easier to hit in the second round. Guy like Rocco, though, kind of taking a flyer on him. So could be a Sion James, Cam Jones, Tyrese Proctor. So Giddey knows Rocco. He might. He might know Rocco. A couple of Australians. Maybe Giddey's pushing for him to get drafted. Is P. Will going to get traded? I'm going to say no. Now John Tam saying 176 watching, 12 likes. Come on now. He's not running the front office. We're actually at 37 likes, so I appreciate you guys. But if you guys could, hit that thumbs up icon. Can we get the 50 likes? Knowledge Untamed, that's a hilarious comment. But please hit that thumbs up icon. If we could get the 50 likes, that would be awesome. Just really does help us get the stream out to more and more Bulls fans. So I would really appreciate it. If things don't change these next 2 seasons, last dance for AKME. See, that's why the pick of Essengue was just it's a little interesting to me because, like, I'm assuming he's not going to be an impact guy for the first couple of years. And it's because he is 18 and a half years old. He needs to obviously develop his game a lot more than what it is. That's why I don't know if, like, AK has, like, a under the table agreement where it's like, hey, you got 5 years. I don't care what happens. I don't care how bad it gets. We're giving you a 5-year runway here. Even if the fans are protesting, we're not going to let it go of you. So I have no idea. That's why that pick was so interesting because you could have won a guy like Derek Queen, Thomas Sorber, get that center that could play right away. Yeah, and we'll talk about all this here a little more in a second. But do got a deal for you guys. If you guys want to get a Bulls draft hat today, chatsports.com/Bulls draft. Essengue was rocking this yesterday, and whoever the Bulls draft at pick number 55 will be wearing it as well. So we got that link for you guys in the comments and the description of today's show. Check them out. Click that link, chatsports.com/Bulls draft. I think they're pretty sweet. If you guys want to pick one up as well, just hit that link in the comments section and description of today's show. Also appreciate you guys. We got the 52 likes. Shout out to all the real ones. But hey, if you guys are pumped up, again, hit that thumbs up icon. If we could get to 75 likes, that would be pretty badass. So keep on liking today's video as the Suns are about to be on the clock here, 7:08. ESPN, a little behind. ESPN's coverage yesterday, holy cow. It was terrible. Malika Andrews called Cedric Cowherd, Colin Cowherd. That was probably the funniest part. Just the sob stories that ESPN has. Like, any guy that gets drafted, it's like they have gone through the most catastrophic thing, and they just, like, put it on blast, and, like, during their special moment. It's like also Perkins was like, man, it's got to be hard for a lot of these prospects to sit around all day just waiting for their name to get drafted. They're getting drafted to the NBA. This is probably their happiest day of their lives. Like, come on, stop feeling sorry for these guys. It's just, I don't know what audience ESPN is pandering to, but like they got Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith breaking down their draft coverage. What are we doing? Anthony's saying they went for upside. Yeah, Essengue's an upside pick. No doubt about it. Hopefully it ends up working out. We'll be rooting for him, though. We'll be rooting for Essengue. Honestly, once we get the Bulls Summer League schedule, we maybe do a couple watch parties for those. We'll see, though. We'll see. Also, I'm going to assume Buzelis isn't going to play Summer League, which may take some juice out of it, but hopefully look at they're just showing tears on ESPN right now. It's all tears. M Xavier 91 bringing the positivity with the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Mike Nintendo saying, and it ends up being a bust every time. Yeah, I mean, one thing that does drive me crazy is people comparing Essengue to Buzelis. Like, Buzelis was a way better prospect than Essengue. Buzelis, I thought last year, I didn't talk about him too much because I thought there was no chance he falls out the top 10. I thought the Pistons were a lock to take him at number 5. And he was also, Buzelis was supposed to be the number 1 pick heading into the college basketball season. Fell a little bit just because he didn't have the best year with the G League Ignite. But they're totally different. Like, Buzelis actually had a game. He had a back-to-the-basket game. He had some handle. I think he was a better athlete than Essengue. I think Essengue just is longer, but Buzelis is a more physical player. As M. Xavier saying, we are cooked, chat. Well, we've been cooked for a while, so this isn't anything new here. And again, I was saying this yesterday, Bulls fans. I know it sucks so much right now. Like, I would love for the Bulls to be back, obviously, in the Eastern Conference playoffs, like, on the level with, like, the Knicks, the Cavs, the Celtics, the Pacers. Just remember this feeling and remember how much it sucks right now because it's going to feel so much better when the Bulls finally break through. And We'll eventually get through that. You just got to trust the process here. Haha, saying this is Garpax 2.0. Don't blame me at all for thinking that. I have zero faith in this front office. They've given me no reason to believe. But you know what? We do have a couple of guys to believe in. I believe in Buzelis. I think he's going to be a stud. He's got the right mindset. I believe in Ayo Dosunmu. I kind of believe in Josh Giddey, just a little bit, even though I got major concerns about him. But I kind of believe in Giddey. But you guys, I like this question here. What was your one-word reaction to drafting Noa Essengue? What was mine? If I had to give one right now, one-word reaction here. I guess like a stunned, shocked. But then again, I wasn't, because it's the Bulls. One-word reaction. Dylan, if you got one, go for it. I can't really think of one right now.
Typical.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Typical. Yeah, I'm gonna take Dylan's. I like typical. Upside. There we go. Of the positivity from Romy. They need to sell the team. Better owner. This is messed up. What I'm looking up right now. Jerry Reinsdorf is 89 years old. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about that. Maybe we won't have to wait too much longer. But then it's just going to be his kid taking over. So hopefully it ends up being different. But Bruce in the building. What's going on? Jeff Bartlett. What? That was mine? Typical. Dylan took yours? KS saying confusing. When they say power forward, though, it worries me because of how they ruined Patrick Williams. Yeah, and like if Essengue is just going to go sit in the corner on offense, which, he probably will for majority of his rookie season. But the one thing about Essengue, he should get a lot of easy transition looks. And he is a lot more active offensively than Patrick Williams. Like, he is a great cutter in the half court. Will we make any moves in the half court? Absolutely not. He will not have any isolation plays. And that's something he'll have to work on in the summer. But he will cut off ball. He's a good enough athlete to put some dudes in the rim, which Patrick Williams, sometimes this guy will go completely dunk on a dude, embarrass him. And you see those flashes, and you're like, why can't you do that every single time? So I like his mindset, at least just from watching, again, we're just watching highlights here. Haven't watched a full game of him just yet to get like a real feel. But he does seem a little more aggressive than Patrick Williams. Passive P. He's got that nickname for a reason. Yeah, we're still not at the draft here, everybody. The Suns have been on the clock for 15 minutes. This is one of a kind here. But here was the big trade for the Bulls today. Getting cash considerations to move down 10 spots. Is this for a Bradley Beal buyout? Is this just because Jerry got his favorite prospect in the draft? Cash considerations, welcome home. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's Mark Tatum. God. Mark Tatum takes the stage. If everybody could, boo him in the chat. Get the boos going in the chat. Mark Tatum. Is he worse than Silver? Probably not, but bad management in the NBA, man. Bad management. Gonna get a future second for real. I know. Like, there better be a lot of cash. This better be a $500,000 or something. They got $5K in cash for the pick. I imagine. Plinka better be coughing it up. Do you think Ayo might have a breakout season? If they trade Kobe White, I think he definitely could. As Bruce is booing him. Same with Ty Man the Buckeye here. They got 4 minutes to make the pick as the Suns are officially on the clock. ESPN starting the draft 16 minutes after they were supposed to. Amari Williams. You want Amari Williams? He was big from Kentucky this past season. Older prospect. 7'5" wingspan, though. Could be the center of the future. Wouldn't hate that. You know who the Bulls are going to take? Grant Nelson. I could see them going Grant Nelson. Same typical 6'10" athlete, can run in transition. Except he's 23, which is nuts that he's 23 and we drafted an 18-year-old yesterday. I'm 25 years old. I feel so old watching these guys. Like, and it's especially when I'm ripping a guy like Essengue, I'm like, this dude's 18. When I was 18, I was moving into my freshman dorm at Xavier University, and this guy's getting drafted by the Chicago Bulls in the lottery. But I don't know, it's weird. Let me ask you a question here, Don. Do you think it's weird to wear a jersey of somebody that is younger than you?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
We were talking,
especially when, like for Wemby's case, they're like 2 feet taller than you.
Yeah. Like Wemby's a 7'4" guy. Yeah. No, Joey and I were talking about it yesterday. I don't think it's that weird. See, but if he's smaller than you, does that change it? If it's like a point guard who's 18.
Also, when you get older, soon like every player will be younger.
Right. Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to wear any jersey then in that case.
Because once you're a dad, you're 45, 50 years old. It's like you can only wear Brady at the time.
You just have to wear like the people that retired at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about that. I feel like football, I don't care. Baseball, I don't care. It's only basketball, maybe. Maybe it's just because these kids are 18 coming out. Obviously, football, they're a little older, but yeah, I don't know. That was just a random conversation we were having. As the Suns are on the clock, even though it says the Minnesota Timberwolves here. Zikarsky, yeah, we're hoping for Rocco, even though I think it's unlikely he falls. Woodage saying dream draft target, 1984 Michael Jordan. That would be sick. Didn't AK find Jokic in the second round at pick 45? Yes, he did. But it also wasn't AK. He was a part of that staff, and I think he kind of got lucky with Jokic. Like, obviously, give him credit where it's due. But yeah, this was the trade while the Suns are on the clock here. Timberwolves receiving pick 36 and a second-round pick in 2026 and 2032. That's pretty funny. And the Suns obviously get pick number 31. We're hearing they're going to take Rasheer Flemming here, but they haven't gotten this just yet. So we'll see who they end up taking. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Sweet. As it looks like it will be Rasheer Flemming for the Phoenix Suns. There we go. Rasheer Flemming into the Phoenix Suns. I like that move. Good pick. I was shocked he didn't go drafted. 6'7", 7'5" wingspan on Flemming. He'll be a typical 3-and-D guy. He's got a great catch and shoot jumper, super fast, gets the release point pretty quickly. 7'5" wingspan, 9'1" standing reach. About to turn 21 years old. Pretty good play finisher. Shot 66% at the rim, which was 52% of his shots. But again, lightning quick release. Like if you guys see this guy play, like he gets that top of his shot so fast. Now, can he shoot off the dribble? No, but again, with the role he's going to be playing in the NBA, I think him just getting to those set shots, like this is a very good pick for the Phoenix Suns, who, we'll say they got Flemming, Mark Williams, Malawach, Booker, Jalen Green. Interesting guys there. Interesting players there. Now I can promise you this next pick is going to be Ryan Kalkbrenner. Yeah, Rasheer Flemming had a 32.5 max vertical jump. So they go Flemming and Malawach. Those are two very good picks for the Phoenix Suns. They've actually had a pretty damn good draft so far. I would have loved, guys, we were talking about Flemming being the pick at number 12 at a point this offseason. I would have been cool with that. I think he's going to be a very just solid player in the NBA. Will he have tremendous upside? I'm not sure, but I think this is a good pickup for Phoenix. Pretty cool for him. Going to go play next to Devin Booker, Jalen Green. Interesting ball club over there, but what'd you end up going with from this place? Yeah, I think I might be all right. Ryan Kalkbrenner, we'll see. I think this will be the pick for the Celtics. Get a pair up Baylor Shireman and Ryan Kalkbrenner, the Creighton Blue Jay duo. That'll be pretty exciting for them, but you know what we could be rooting for right now? No centers off the board. This is a pretty damn good draft from the Phoenix Suns. I was obviously huge on Mail Watch. I was big on Flemming as well. I think both these guys, could they ever be all-stars in the NBA? I'm not sure, but I think both these guys will be solid rotational players. Sorry, we're hearing our Celtics host crash out right now. Curious to see who they just drafted. I haven't got word just yet. Oh my God, there we go. I love this. Who did the Celtics just pick? Should I freak out who the Bulls draft no matter what? Just throw a tantrum. I would be very pissed, though, if the Bulls were picking right now and they didn't draft Ryan Kalkbrenner. Oh, they're trading it to the Magic. So they're moving back in the second round, Sharani is saying, for 2 future firsts. So pick 32 going to the Magic, I believe. Yeah, so the Boston Celtics are trading number 32 to the Magic for, for 4 second-round picks. 46, 57, and a 26 and 27 second-round pick. So 4 second-rounders for the Magic to move up here. We'll see who they have their eyes set on. Could they go Kalkbrenner here? Or maybe they're trying to get more shooting off the bench? Somebody just went. Maybe it's Cam Jones. Could be Proctor. I would like to pick a Proctor for him off the bench. Adu Thiero, the wing from Arkansas. There's Gisela Majoni coming in with a $10 super chat. We appreciate you, Gisela. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Dylan and I will be live here for damn near the whole second round because the Bulls are now picking at 55. So we do really appreciate the super chats. It goes a far way here. So shout out to you, Gisela. Thank you so much. And if anybody else would like the super chat, greatly appreciate it as well. Also, Giselle, if you got any takes, you didn't say anything in your super chat, but if you got anything you want to say and get up on screen, just let us know. Alrighty, Noah Penda, another player from France. So is this the 4th one, I believe, from France? Gisela, all they had to say was, we need to trade Patrick Williams. Unfortunately, I think he is a negative asset. He's got 4 years left on a $72 million deal, 18 per year. I don't know maybe somebody view him as just a young defensive-minded player, but for 18 mil a year, I'm not sure. I would love to move off Patrick Williams because obviously that'll give more reps for for the younger guys, but we'll see. Smitty just slacks me going, Brad Stevens is a wizard. Alrighty. Yeah, Noah Penda, another forward from France. Here is the trade, getting 4 seconds to move back 14 spots. That's a good move. Oh, he's definitely going now. Charlotte. Oh, yeah, Charlotte just got rid of Mark Williams. Charlotte will definitely take Kalkbrenner here. Don't need stars here, just rotation guys. Patrick, you forgot to give me love for sending in $10. Now we threw it up on screen. Really, thank you so much. Now I don't know if you missed it, but seriously, thank you. Really does go far away here. Yeah, shout out to you. Yeah, we can flash it again. Yeah, Charlotte Hornets are now on the clock at pick number 33. Gazella. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But seriously, thank you so much. Any super chat today really does go a far way. So shout out to all of you guys. But I do have an ask for you. We are at 67 likes right now. If we could somehow get to 100 likes in the next minute, I will put a shot clock on of a minute. If we could get to 100 likes, just need 33 more of you guys. That would be awesome. And if you have liked the video, just type me down below in the comments section. The bosses are telling me we need to get to 100 likes, or we're going to have to sign off before pick 55. So I don't want to do that. I want to chop it up with you guys all night. So hit that thumbs up icon, and we'll be live for the next couple of hours. It's a free, easy way to help us out. It really does go a long way here. So if you guys could, hit that thumbs up icon. We should be seeing if we could add 2 future seconds for 55. I don't hate that thought process either. That would be that'd be pretty on brand, especially for Dylan and I. Our team's trading out of the draft. Appreciate you guys. 81 likes. Shout out to you. Shout out to Maurice typing me. Ty Man saying like it up. I was giving a W. Breaking Bulls trade Vooch for 5 mop heads. That'll be a steal for the Bulls. 84 likes. We just need 16 more of you guys to hit that thumbs up icon. 15 likes away. We appreciate y'all. Trade Vooch to the Lakers. You know what would have been hilarious? If the Bulls traded back 10 spots and we also attach Vooch. I would love that deal. I'm not even lying. I would absolutely love that. Shout out the Walls typing me. Sather saying cookies only. We are 12 likes away. Almost there. Help us out. Hit that thumbs up icon. Nobody wants Nikola. The best offer was 2 seconds and bad contracts. Yeah. No, he's a negative asset, man. But he's on an expiring deal. Like, I wonder if a bad team would just... Yeah, but then again, the Bulls are going to have to attach picks. So I think Vooch should probably just run out his contract here in Chicago. Obviously, not obviously, but we shouldn't bring him back. And then we got to go find the center of the future after that. Kuminga for Vooch, but yeah, Golden State wanted picks back. And I'm not in the camp of, I don't think the Bulls should give up any picks right now. Also, worst trade of the night last night. The New Orleans Pelicans moving up 10 spots to pick 13, and they gave up an unprotected pick for next season. You are in the Western Conference, and you're not a good team. You got DeJounte Murray coming off a torn Achilles. You got Zion Williamson, who barely plays basketball. And you just gave an unprotected pick? That could be A.J. DeBansa to move up 10 spots. The Atlanta Hawks, they're set up pretty nicely. Them having that pick, it's incredible. Like, that's a joke. At least just put some protections on it. You know what I mean? Like, you could have gotten this top 4 protected, top 7 protected, but hey, Joe Dumars, shout out to him. He was one of the worst GMs with the Pistons. Somehow got a job with the Pelicans again. I just couldn't. I didn't even realize this trade when we were live of how bad it was because it was right after the Bulls picked. I was going back and just Bill Simmons was talking about it. I was like, there's no way they gave up an unprotected 26 to move up 10 spots. Just, Sion James just went. Yeah, Con and Sion James, the Duke backcourt, heading to Charlotte. What a pick. I love Sion James. Physical guy. He was an all-defensive team for the ACC this past season. Sniper from beyond the arc. That's a very good pick for Charlotte. That's the 4th Duke Blue Devil taken. I swear I heard thunder. I thought it was porn. Oh. Thought I heard thunder. It's just some commotion at Chat Sports here. Yeah, still Ryan Kalkbrenner still on the board. Even though Charlotte's got back-to-back picks, so they could easily take him right here. They go Kneppel, Sion James, and Kalkbrenner. That's a nice little haul. And also got Liam McNeely. Which McNeely falling, that was a shocker. Pretty good haul, though. Winning organizations, winning programs they're drafting from. I like this haul from Kneppel, McNeely, Sion James, joining LaMelo, Brandon Miller. You trade Mark Williams. I'm assuming they're going to take a big here at 34. But definitely a fun young core for the Charlotte Hornets. Zoe, we're not ignoring you. We see you in the chat. We appreciate you. If free agency goes bad, are we going to start seeing some Chicago Sky games? The Sky stink too. Sky aren't that good at basketball. Yeah, maybe some Cubs watch parties. I can't wait for postseason baseball. It's going to be a lot of fun. Cubs are the best thing in Chicago right now. I know obviously Bears fans are very excited, but really the only successful major sports team in the city. Giannis wants to come to Chicago right now. We have done nothing about it. I don't think Giannis wants to come to the Bulls. Now he has said he wants to be in a major city, and he would stay in the Midwest, about a 50-minute drive from Chicago to Milwaukee. So I don't know. Also, what's the package the Bulls are offering to the Bucks? You just give them Giddey, like everything, every pick you have, everybody but Buzelis and Io. Are you going to stream during free agency? TBD. Bulls just have their MLE to spend, so we should be kind of waiting on that. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Cubs shut out the Cardinals 2 days in a row. Following 6 games previously of giving up 7+ runs, and then back-to-back games, you shut them out. Shota back on the bump today. He looked good, so that was a positive sign for Cubs fans. Oh, yeah, I remember Giannis joking around about the Bulls. That was like 2021, though. Yeah, Giannis ain't that stupid. He's 31 years old. I think he either just wants to ride it out in Milwaukee or like legit go to a team where he is like, I'm the title favorite heading into the year. And the Bulls can't really offer that. It would be cool, but also the Bulls roster, you don't have enough pieces to go get Giannis. And then if you do sell the farm, like the team Giannis would be walking into would not be that good of a basketball team because you just traded all those guys away. So I don't really think it makes too much sense. Bulls are still a couple years away for them being aggressive. Like you got to have like these young guys just start developing, and then maybe you could trade like a Kobe White, an Io, some future draft capital to go get a stud or something. But when is free agency? It is starting Monday. Monday it will start. I think it's at about 10 a.m. I believe 11 a.m. Nobody wants to play in a city called Chicago, Illinois, big market. I think people would want to play in Chicago if they had different management and it was a more stable organization. I think the ask for Joker or Giannis starts with Buzelis and 4 first plus swaps. See, I'm not doing that. Just because the team he would be coming to would not be that good. Like that would not guarantee us a championship by any means. So, I know it's fun to talk about Jokic and Giannis, but the Bulls are in no position right now to do that. So. We've always done terrible in free agency. I mean, the last big money the Bulls spent in free agency was when they we tossed Lonzo Ball that bag in 21. Re-signed Levine when he got that contract offer. with the Kings, and we just matched that. There's another player that free agency cycle I'm forgetting. That was a DeRozan trade as well. Denzel Valentine making a comeback to Chicago. That's not the shot. That's not the shot. Hilarious play. Bulls down. It was 96-91. 40 seconds left. Denzel pulls from 35, and Stacy couldn't believe it. See, this clock, it has to be wrong. It was sitting on 0 for about 4 extra minutes. Pick is in, though. Pick number 34. Is it the big fella? Yeah, there it is. What a draft for the Charlotte Hornets. Ryan Kalkbrenner, 4-time DPOY in the Big East. I'm a Xavier Musketeers basketball fan. This guy has terrorized my favorite team for the last 5 seasons. It's a great pick. 7'3", 7'6" wingspan. He's got a great back-to-basket game. He can actually shoot threes a little bit, but an elite rim protector. Obviously, 4-time DPOY. This is a fantastic pick for Charlotte. So, a nice little core they got. McNeely, Kalkbrenner, Sion James, Con Kneppel. I like it. You got a bunch of good college basketball players. That's a good pick for Charlotte. Spurs have Harper, Wemby, and Carter Bryant, and Castle, and Vassell, and Keldon Johnson. Sneaky good haul here. That's impressive stuff from the Hornets. And picks 29, 33, and 34. You're getting some guys who could come in and hopefully make an impact right away. If I were them, and I was running Charlotte, I would trade LaMelo. And you're building around the core of Kneppel, Brandon Miller, because I think those guys can be like a 2 and 3 on a championship team. And then maybe you try to go get that main guy, like that true number 1, but I don't know. I just not a fan of LaMelo Ball. I don't know if he'll ever be a confetti guy. Like, can really ever see him in a deep playoff run making impact plays? Who knows? But also they're 3 and 35 this past season when he didn't play, which is that's historically bad. Charlotte took a big white center. What? Yeah. Is Jordan still calling the shots in Charlotte? Yeah, what a nice little haul. Nice little haul from Charlotte. Well, that's the first center off the board in the second round. Our guy Rocco staying alive. Now Philadelphia is back up on the clock. And I actually want to go back to that East one. I like that question. You guys let me know. Who's going to win the East next season? Dylan, you're not allowed to answer this because I feel like I know your answer of the New York Knicks. If it's not the Knicks, though, Dylan, who do you think? Dark horse to beat the Knicks. How about that?
I mean, Cavs or Pistons.
Cavs or Pistons. Are you higher on the Pistons or the Magic?
I'd say the Pistons.
Go Pistons.
They're younger, and I think they're just going to keep getting better.
Yeah. East is, it is incredibly top-heavy. Like, Cleveland, New York, Orlando, Detroit. It's probably the solid 4. And then you still got, like, Boston, Indiana, even though Tyrese and Tatum will be out for the year. But, I don't know. My dark horse, and I don't know if they could win the East, but would I be shocked if they're in the conference finals, is the Atlanta Hawks. If they can stay healthy, like if Porzingis plays with Onyeka Okongwu, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, Trae Young, they got a pretty good team. And listen, Trae Young, I think he's almost became underrated a little bit. I think people forget how good this guy is. He's an elite playmaker. But I don't know. I think the East is wide open. I don't know if I had to call it who would win it. I'd probably say the Knicks or the Cavs. But then again, who knows? Like, what if Banchero takes a massive step? What if Cade Cunningham takes a massive step? But we'll see. Knew you were gonna say that. Say what? Bulls love those considerations. Yes, they do. Brooklyn's gonna cook the East. They would take Cash for 55. How funny would that be if the Bulls trade out for Cash? Just keep on stacking it up. And then we're gonna buy out Bradley Beal from the Suns. Oh, I know. The Heat falling or having Yakachonis fall in their lap is just disgusting. The Bulls contributed to that, so everybody freaking out. You can also blame your own front office. Maybe Giannis likes charity cases. Just wants to go make Bulls fans feel better. Charlotte is right next to Duke, so it'd be smart to try and have a pipeline there. Get Duke fans to be Hornets fans. Obviously something MJ refused. Yeah, I like that thought. Even the Pistons got better than the Bulls. Oh, the Pistons. Like, the Bulls are so much farther away from a championship than Detroit. Like, I think Detroit, if they make a couple of right moves over the next couple of years and Cade keeps on developing, and then Thompson keeps developing, like maybe a guy like Ron Holland pops for them. Obviously, I love their big Jalen Duren. They're a couple moves away from, I think, being a legit contender for the next couple of years. But, yeah, what's the point of the clock? I just said, seriously, Brett, it's awful. Yeah, this might be the longest second round in NBA draft history. I love that pick of Drake Powell for the Nets, even though they had an interesting draft. John I. Broome. No way. I am going to be very curious to see how he plays in the NBA. This guy was unreal this past season at Auburn. Great back to the basket game. I just don't know if he's going to be able to defend anybody, and is he going to be able to have that same back to the basket game he had at the college level in the NBA. Interesting pick for Philly. Considering who's the guy they took in the second round last year? He was the big from UCLA, Adem Bona. I loved him. I thought he was a solid backup forward next to Embiid, but John I. Broome. Interesting pick. Grade the pick for me. A, B, C, D, or F. How you feeling about the Auburn big man going to Philly? Trade for Beal, then trade him. You wouldn't be able to trade Beal after you trade for him because nobody wants Beal. And also, Beal has a no-trade clause, which is crazy. That is, I think the Beal contract's up there for some of the worst in NBA history. If you're considering the no-trade clause, which nobody gets in the NBA. We're not serious. Banner Club. Yeah. Hanai Broome. Interesting pick. I don't know if he can play in the NBA, but maybe I am wrong. They turned down first for Ball and re-signed him last deadline. You think Beal scares them? Yeah, they turned down Memphis's pick. Memphis had pick 16. Bulls could have had pick 16 last night if they traded Lonzo for him. Gisela coming in with a $2 super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Shout out to you. Everybody show Gisela some love in the live chat. And also, if you guys want to support us, Super Chat is a great way to do so. It's just a dollar icon right below the chat. I would really appreciate it if you guys could. Dylan and I are going to be live this whole night. So if you guys want to support us, it's a great way to do so. Make us look good for our bosses as well. Draft a 7-2 center from Michigan. Danny Wolf's pick and roll mate from last year. John A. Broome off the board. So, yeah, Maxime Reynaud, the Stanford center. He can shoot threes. Shot 35% this past season. And he's also got crazy size, 7-footer without shoes. Pick 16, man, I hadn't added that up. Crazy for Lonzo Ball, who was out 3 years and played 5 games. Who also shot 37% from the floor this year. Even though I do like Lonzo. Like, Lonzo's still, like, he plays winning basketball. I will never bash Lonzo. But, like, that contract kind of felt like a charity contract. It's like, hey, yeah, here's 2 for 20. Did he earn it? I'm not sure, but Shams talking right now, but Giselle, I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. So this is the Lakers pick, actually, at 36. Breaking news here. The Lakers, this was supposed to be originally the Nets pick, and then it went to Minnesota, and now it's heading to the Lakers. So the Lakers, a little double move up right here. They moved up from 55 to 45, and now 45 to 36. I mean, they're going with the big here. I'm guessing they're going to want an athlete. Yeah. This is going to the Lake Show. See what the Lakers get. Interesting. Adu Thero. So they go the wing from Arkansas. Supposed to be a first rounder. Older prospect, I believe. Yeah, 21 years old. Averaged 15 points a game this past season. Can't really shoot the three ball too well. Our draft note might be the long lost brother of the Thompson twins. So we are getting some super chats floating in here. I appreciate you guys. We'll get those up on screen here in a second. Shout out to you guys. So we go. FKN bet saying, would you rather trade Kobe or Josh? Kobe White. I do think Josh Giddey. I just like Josh Giddey's game more, and I think there is an advantage to having like a 6'8", 6'9" point guard who can create for others. And I think Kobe White, even though he's a tremendous scorer, that's really all he does well. Like, he's not a good team defender. He's not a good individual defender. He is a huge negative on that side of the floor. And offensively, even though he is a good off-ball shooter, I just think he is at his best with the ball in his hands. And I think with the Bulls moving forward, you want Josh Giddey calling the shots more. Now, listen, if Kobe White was a plus defender, I mean, I would love for him to stay on the Bulls. But he has just shown no ability to defend. And maybe that's something he can develop, something he can work on. But FKN, I appreciate your super chat a lot, man. Shout out to you for supporting the show. But yeah, I would rather trade. I'd rather trade Kobe White. Marcus coming in here with the next one saying, what's with the Bulls always trading away for cash consideration? Does that add to the salary cap or just money in their pocket? Does not add to the exact salary cap. This can be used to like buy players out. For example, you can go buy a second round pick, like obviously the Lakers just did, and toss it to another team, but not too sure. As this is cash considerations. Newest Bulls member. Let me see if I can get you guys a quick. Next cash considerations. Yeah, I think it's just to use to buy draft picks. Yeah, so pretty much just Jerry being cheap. Like that's just how it is. Chaz Lanier from Tennessee goes to the Detroit Pistons at pick number 37. Still got 18 more picks till the Bulls are up here. Who will the Bulls draft tonight? If you guys had to call it, crystal ball time here, predict it for me. You guys let me know your thoughts. Bulls need the cash to pay Benny the Bull. I'm assuming he's one of the highest paid mascots in the NBA, considering he's like a superstar on Twitter and everything and TikTok. I felt that Io was surpassing Kobe before the injury. I did too. Listen, I think Io is a better 2 guard next to Josh Giddey. I would fully buy into the backcourt of Io, Giddey. Io 6'5", 7-foot wingspan. Giddey's got good size, and then you do have. And you talk about playing in transition. Io's one of the best transition guards in the league. He can knock down the corner 3-ball at a very high level. Super, super fast. Great athlete, and also. I was watching videos of Io working out. You can see he's just continuing to add to his body. He's kind of like got the capital T build, super broad shoulders, and I would build around Io, Giddey, Buzelis, Essengue. Try to get a center of the future, and then maybe in 3 to 4 years from now, if all those guys develop, then we're sitting pretty here in Chicago. Who's some players you're hoping we target? Like Cam Jones, he's probably going to be off the board. Talked about Rocco, Zikarsky. I don't know, pick 55. There's not going to be a lot of talent out there. We're going to hit Kobe Brea, Maxime Renowned, big from Stanford. He can shoot threes a little bit. Amari Williams from Kentucky. He's an older prospect, but that could just be a typical lob threat, protect the board, protect the rim type of guy. Yeah, Kobe Brea is up there. I like Kobe Sanders as well. RJ Lewis. I feel like RJ should have went back to college. He could have got a massive NIL bag, and now he's probably going to go late second round. But I don't know. I wouldn't have too much interest in RJ Lewis for the Bulls. Kobe Brea, maybe this. I mean, he can shoot the lights out of the ball. I was watching a lot of his stuff last night. Everything he puts up is a swish. Like, he's not just making these. He is only hitting net. Very pretty jump shot, but. And we also do have Rocco here on the next list. The Wisconsin guard. I've watched him a little bit. Micah Peavy. I think he was at TCU before Georgetown. But again, I don't know about. I would rather get a proven guy at the guard spot, like a Tyrese Proctor, shoot the 3-ball pretty well. Maybe Rocco's there. Hey, number 49 are on our board. Falls 55, but. Not too many solid options, here at the back half of round 2. We'd be up in 7 picks if we didn't need to go get cash. Yeah, Cam Jones would be sweet. I don't know what his role would be. Chaz Lanier. 19 a game this past season on 20% or 44% from downtown. Yeah, I think everybody wants Rocco, Giselle. Everybody wants Rocco. Yeah, our poll, it was Rocco 48%, Tyrese Proctor 30, Cam Jones 21. So if you guys could hit that thumbs up icon if you have not already. We're at 119 likes. Can we pick up 6 more likes here? Let's just get to a solid number of 125. Hit that thumbs up icon. We got over 266 people in the building. So if you guys have not already, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's just pick up 6 more likes here. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Wall saying one of AK's biggest flaws is he doesn't value second-round picks, which is kind of wild because his best pick was a second-rounder in Io. If he'd taken the Warriors' offer of 2 seconds for Vooch at the deadline, he could easily trade up to 31. I agree with that. And also, you remember when I think it was as Cam Jones just went to the San Antonio Spurs. Oh, to the Pacers? Cam Jones to the Pacers. Wow. That's awesome. Good pickup for Indiana. Cam Jones. Do-it-all guard, 3-level scorer, great playmaker. Matches the colors. Staying in the purple and gold there. Or not purple and gold. Sorry, Vikings talk. Blue and gold. Chaz is a good player. Older prospect. And Billis just said, Cam Jones is a winner. He turned that team around, man. Him and Shaka Smart came in there and just did great things. Super smooth player. He was dominant this past season. I That's a very good pick for Indiana. Yeah. Come in and replace Halliburton. Him and Nembhard playing next to each other. He's a guy that can kind of square you up, look you in the eyes, and just be like, I can take you one-on-one. It's a good pick. I didn't even see that. Will the Bulls draft tonight? 60-40 in favor of yes. There's a chance they take Cash. I'm serious. There is a chance they just take Cash again. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, we'll just do we'll talk about the pick a little bit, but we'll just film it after we get off live. Yeah, no, that Spurs pick is heading to Indiana, actually. NBA's got to fix that. You got to have the right hat on. Yeah. NFL, it's because you can't technically agree to the trade until until Monday, which is just stupid. Good for Cam Jones. That's a good fit to stay in the Midwest. Play for a really good coach in Carlisle. Yeah, he definitely could have went to the in the first round. Knowledge. Still, hell of a pick, man. Hell of a pick for him. Cam Jones is very good. He's dominated the Big East for the last 4 seasons. You knew they were going to bring up Jokic. Taco Bell commercial here. Changed up their panel for tonight. Actually got Bobby Marks on there. About time. Still, Malika calling Cedric Cowherd Colin Cowherd was hilarious yesterday. Yeah, here's been the second round so far. Starting with Rasheer Flemming, pick number 31 for the Phoenix Suns. Wing out of St. Joe's. Noah Penda going to the Orlando Magic. And Sion James, Ryan Kalkbrenner, back-to-back picks for the Charlotte Hornets. And John I. Broom going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Definitely an interesting pick there. Adu Thiero, Arkansas wing, going to the Lakers. Lakers trading up twice to get to pick number 36. So clearly they valued that guy. A defensive-minded wing. Smart move to have that guy next to Luka. I like the pickup of Chaz Lanier for the Pistons, a shooter who could probably come in and give you a solid 10 minutes a game right away. And then Cam Jones, you're probably going to have to have a big role with Indiana right away. Maybe they move TJ McConnell to the starting lineup and Cam Jones is that guard off the bench. Maybe, but I think he'll probably end up getting like 15 minutes a game at least right away. So Cam Jones, I like that fit for Indiana. Solid point guard, can control the pace of the offense. And honestly, in that system, I'd like to see him play at more of an just faster pace. So I don't know. Pretty interesting. Interesting start here. Also, how many picks have we made so far? 8. Been 8 picks in the first hour. I think we're going slower than yesterday. That's incredible, man. Alex Andrade, what's going on, man? Coming in with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Saying, yo, see red, regardless if the front office is ass. Yes, sir. It's funny. I walk into the office today. People are asking me, hey, Patrick, are you going to give up your fan card? I can't. I wish I could. I wish I could just peel off being a Bulls fan and just, go support another team, but I can't. Loyalty lies here in Chicago with the Bulls, and good days are coming. They have to. They have to come soon. It's been a very long last couple of years. It's been a long 10 years being a Bulls fan. So as another one of my guys is off the board here at pick number 39, Elijah Martin. think most of the guys we talked about on our round 2 draft targets are gone besides Tyrese Proctor and Ryan Nembhard. Ryan Nembhard would be pretty cool. Elijah Martin is a freak, man. So they go 2 defenders, Toronto. You get Colin Murray-Boyles and Elijah Martin. You got a bunch of scorers around those guys. I like that pick. But if you guys want to get a Chicago Bulls draft hat, we got a link for you guys. Make sure you check it out, chatsports.com/Bulls draft. I think they're pretty sweet. I love the text. It's actually pretty stylish this year. Essengue was rocking it yesterday, and whoever the Bulls pick at pick number 55 will be wearing it. So chatsports.com/Bulls draft. Got that link for you guys in the live chat and description of today's show. Alex saying, okay, so can you also be a Bears fan? LOL. Fortunately, I can't, man. I can't. Manny saying, hey, Patrick, are you going at it with Harrison Graham? Nah, me and Harry are good right now. Not going at it. Week 1, Harry and I will be going at it. Can't wait for that. That speech yesterday said this is the roster plus an MOE player. You talking about what Mark Eversley said? Yeah. Where like they can't do anything. Also, it's funny. The only team that had cap space this season was the Brooklyn Nets. That's a problem for the NBA. And I don't know if free agency is pretty much dead. But I don't know. That used to be so much fun. Like just you'd add 3 to 4 new players every year, and now it's like Nickeil Alexander-Walker is like the pick of the litter this year in free agency. No, I'm not a Bears fan. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. Was born in Minneapolis, grew up in Chicago, so I'm a Vikings fan for football. Chicago the rest of the way, Cubs, Blackhawks, and Bulls. But, yeah, we'll see you Bears fans week 1. Can't wait. If we use this second, don't make a trade. We are stuck at 15 guaranteed contracts and can't sign an MOE. I mean, you could just cut, like, I don't think we would be stuck at 15. It's also, if you guys could hit that subscribe button. We're only 15 subs away from 12,200. That's awesome. Picked up over 200 subs over the last week or so. So if you guys have not already, hit that subscribe button. We got 271 people watching. I bet you there's 15 people not subscribed. So if you guys could, hit that subscribe button today. Help us grow this channel. I'll greatly appreciate it. Oh, we're good. Knowledge Untamed. Man, he's saying, who you got week 1, Bears or Vikings? Give me the Vikings. That's just my opinion, though. What's up, Coop? Yeah, I'm counting it right now. I think. No, yeah, you're right. This pick would make it 15. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe they aren't even going to. They're just going to run it back with the same team. Who do you like in college football? I went to Xavier University, so I don't really have a college football team. I supported J.J. McCarthy when he was at Michigan. Yeah, I don't really have a college football team. Dylan, do you have a college football team you support? Dylan's a Quinnipiac guy.
Yeah, I didn't have a football team either for school-wise, but growing up, I liked Miami.
Miami?
Yeah.
I liked Oklahoma State when they had like Justin Blackman, Brandon Whedon. I always found myself enjoying watching those guys. But yeah, I don't really have one. I just kind of root for good games when I'm watching college football. And mainly when I'm watching college football, I'm just looking at like guys like, oh, who I want, the Minnesota Vikings to draft. So CC saying C Red, shout out to you. John Anderson going Bears 31-20. Arthur saying bear down. Can't wait. I better see all those Bears fans. If you guys want to hop in the Vikings chat when we're live, I'd love to go back and forth with y'all. Yeah, we're 133 likes though. If you guys could hit that thumbs up icon, let's get to 150 likes. Just need 17 more of you guys to do so. So if you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up icon. If you want the Bulls to draft tonight, because there is a chance they just trade this pick for cash. So if you guys want to guarantee the Bulls make a pick tonight, hit that thumbs up icon. with Levine and DeRozan and Caruso gone, we at least can become something with an athletic center. We don't have an athletic center. We could obviously go find one. You had the chance to get that in Sorber. He's not like the greatest vertical athlete, but it's another Big East player off the board. Micah Peavy going to the New Orleans Pelicans. Wing from Georgetown. Kind of crazy Georgetown was terrible this year, and they had 2 players drafted in the top 40. I guess you could say the same thing about Rutgers. 2 guys drafted in the top 5. They were terrible.
Georgetown used to be a powerhouse.
Powerhouse. And they have been so bad the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They had that one year where they were the last seed heading to the Big East tournament, and they won the Big East tournament. They made March Madness. I'm pretty sure they're below 500. They got Ed Cooley now, former Providence head coach. Thoughts on our upper management, season ticket holder? I think our upper management's terrible. I don't think our tourists or Mark Eversley have any idea what they're doing. I think they change their plan every year. Where it's now this year, it's all right, we got to build around Josh Giddey. We got to get some athletic wings. We got to get younger. And, I agree with that. The Bulls definitely need to do all of those things. But, next year could be something different. Could we see them get super aggressive? Be like, hey, this is our year to try to win. I just don't really feel like they have a plan. And they're also not good at drafting. Buzelis. He fell in your lap last year at 11. He was a hometown kid from Chicago. People thought he was going to go top 5. If they didn't draft Buzelis, we would have been rioting outside of the United Center. But who they took yesterday, Essengue, I would love to be wrong on him, but I'm not as high on him as I am other Bulls YouTubers and Bulls fans that I see out there, because people are just like, oh, the upside, the potential. The word potential might be the worst word in sports. I will say this probably 100 times with the Bulls. And I don't love his handle. He can't create his own shot. Really, if you just look at what he does well, he's a good cutter. He can run. He can dunk. He's a good athlete. He's a plus defender. He shot 25% from 3 this past season. He can't create for himself. Can't create off the dribble. I just have doubts on Essengue developing. And I'd love to be wrong about him. But as how he looks right now as a prospect, I will find it hard to believe he will be a consistent starter in the NBA. And hopefully I'm wrong. I'm going to explain why you would re-sign Lonzo. It was just out 3 years. Explain that with any intelligence, please. I feel like it was kind of like a charity contract for Lonzo. And, even if Lonzo gets back to 80% of what he was, a $10 million deal is not too bad for him. I'm more upset about, let me pull up the Bulls books right now. The contracts I'm mainly upset about. Obviously, we can start off with Patrick Williams. You signed him for a 5-year, $90 million deal. That's a joke. Zach Collins is on the books for $18 million. Kevin Huerter, $18 million. Kobe White, fine, $13 million, good contract. Lonzo, 10, bad. Jalen Smith, 9. I like that contract. I was completely wrong. That's a terrible deal. Io at 7.5, best contract on the Bulls. Javon Carter at 7, joke of a contract. And then you just got, Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips, and Buzelis on the rookie scale contracts. But, Collins, Huerter combining for 36, plus Patrick Williams, his 18. Those are 3 just bad players that are making almost $55 million. And Vooch, $21 million. Think about that. All right, so the top 4 contracts on the Bulls. Vooch, 21. Collins, 18. Patrick Williams, 18. Kevin Huerter, 18. Good news for the Bulls. 3 of those 4 are expiring, except for Patrick Williams. Wow. Suns get Kobe Brea. Have yourself a draft, Ishbia. I like that pick. Get another shooter. But the only thing is now they have, I think, 7 shooting guards on the roster. Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, Devin Booker, Kobe Brea. I was a fan of his. He can shoot the shit out of the ball. Just goes back iron every time. But this is, Dylan, you're not kidding. This is a great three-man draft haul. Malwatch, Flemming, Brea. I like it. Patrick Williams won't come off next year, but a lot of money will. Giannis will be a free agent. I think that's been their thoughts, not really a plan. And if that's your plan, just to bank on like Giannis demanding to come to Chicago, that's just idiotic. ESPN doing a VJ Edgecombe interview mid-second round of the draft. I mean, this is embarrassing for ESPN. No, could you imagine this is like round 5 or 6 of the NFL draft, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna interview." Like whoever went top 10. That's. This has also been a long interview too. This has been like a solid 10-minute interview. Like the draft is going on right now, and we're doing an interview with VJ Edgecombe. The pick happened 5 minutes ago. It's embarrassing, man. Yeah, they're just announcing Kobe Brea here. They are milking this. I mean, it's 8:15 and we've had 10 picks. Kobe Brea going to the Phoenix Suns. Chandler Hutchinson, I think, got included in a trade. Chandler Hutchinson, another terrible pick. I mean, it sucks being a Bulls fan. I'm not trying to play like the world's tiniest violin right now, but I love this. If you want the draft to speed up, type me. I definitely do. We might be here till midnight the way it's going right now. But I will say, like being a Bulls fan, I think it's got to be one of the toughest teams to root for in the NBA. And, obviously because we haven't been as bad as, the Wizards or the Hornets or the Trailblazers, but at least like all those teams have like young talent they're excited about. And like Bulls fans, like we've just been mid the last 3-4 years, and you don't make any moves in the offseason, so like the offseason isn't really exciting, and you're never bad enough to even give yourself a chance to go get, Dylan Harper or Cooper Flagg. Like, I know it sounds crazy, and I love Modest Buzelis. I really like Io. I would trade every player on the Bulls roster for Cooper Flagg. I would trade every player on the roster besides Buzelis for Dylan Harper. And obviously, I'll trade Buzelis straight up for Dylan Harper. I think both those guys are going to be potential top 10 players in the league at some point. And the Bulls, like, you would hope Buzelis becomes a top 25, 30 guy in the NBA. It's just tough. And I appreciate Joe Cowley for putting it out there. Like, to win in the NBA, you need to have that guy. Well, if you never have money to spend in free agency, you never swing big for any trades, and you're never drafting at the top of the draft, you can't find that guy unless you just get lucky at pick 12. Like, maybe Essengue ends up being that guy. Maybe Buzelis ends up being that guy. I really doubt it, but, I mean, I don't doubt Buzelis becoming, a solid player in the league. I think he'll be a good second, third option when it's all said and done. Yeah. This class is overhyped. Well, next year's class is supposed to be significantly better. Why are we announcing that right now? NBA, this product is so bad. Yeah, 7-foot freshman out of Stanford. Can't shoot the ball. Is that their Sabonis replacement if they try to trade him? Yeah, trade 55 for a 2026 second-round pick. Call it a night. I'm cool with that. Yeah, it's just tough being a Bulls fan right now. It's also tough to get excited about the season. Like I am excited to see Buzelis. I'm excited to see Essengue, Giddey, Io. These guys just continue to develop. But like I would be more excited if I was a Charlotte Hornets fan. And I see Kneppel, all the guys they drafted tonight, Brandon Miller. Like those are legit players, legit young cores that these other teams have. Or even if you're a Trailblazers fan, like Denny Advia, Scoot Henderson, you just traded for Drew Holiday. Like I think the Bulls, and I'm not trying to be incredibly negative here, they are so far away from winning a championship, and I think they're farther than most people think. Because they really don't have a ton of good young talent. Like you got a couple of nice pieces, but like they're just like they're teams that are closer, that are even further down in the standings. Just stuck in mediocrity, stuck in purgatory. It's tough to get out. Kitty shot cost us flag. I can't think about that anymore. Yeah, and you got an owner who's penny pinching. I agree, Trail Mix. Oh, the Pistons are. It's not even close. The Pistons are a way better team than the Bulls. The Pistons. Like the Bulls are the laughing stock of the league. Nobody takes us seriously. Nobody cares what we do. When was the last time you were watching ESPN, you're watching Get Up, First Take, or any of your, mainstream sports media shows, and they had any take on the Bulls? Like, what's the Bulls' next big move? It's Chicago. Like, it's not the market is the reason why they're not talking about them. It's because the organization blows. Like, it was the middle of the NBA Finals. ESPN's talking about the New York Knicks and their coaching search. Do I agree with them talking about it? No, but it's because they're a very entertaining, well-run team, making deep playoff runs year after year after year. And I don't know. I appreciate Bulls fans who remain optimistic, but like I feel like also with this Essengue pick, people are just, and that's how you choose to do it. But like they're just choosing to be like, oh, he could turn into something. He could turn into something. Where if you go watch him, like there's not a lot to get excited about with him. He's an athlete. He runs and dunks pretty well. He's got a long wingspan. He can guard at a decently high level, but he can't dribble. He can't shoot. He can't create for himself. Yeah, his rim protection's okay, not great. He can guard on the perimeter a little bit, but one cold boy in the building. What's going on? But if you guys are curious why the Bulls are drafting at 55 and not coming up here at 45, is because the Bulls traded 10 picks down to get cash considerations. Listen, I'm not too upset about this, but the process of this is what makes me upset. The Chicago Bulls, you're a poverty organization. It's the Chicago Bulls, and you're trading down 10 picks to get cash, which makes no sense. And this is Jerry Reinsdorf's favorite prospect. Every single year, he will find a way to make sure he's never even coming close to paying that luxury tax. It's just very classic. Like Bill Simmons saying after the Bulls traded down 10 spots, he tweeted out, "It's always a delight when the NBA's by far cheapest big market franchise makes a trade that includes cash." It's one of a kind, man. One of a kind. Jameer Watkins from Florida State going to the Wizards. Not sure who that is. Florida State, 24 years old. Averaged 18 a game this past season. 37-inch vertical. He was at VCU before transferring to Florida State. Good slasher. Does most of his work from 14 feet and in. 85th percentile in mid-range jumpers made. Could find a role in the NBA with his defense. He had a super high usage rate, 30.6%. That's incredible. Do we have to announce every trade 8 picks after? That makes no sense. But here's his scouting report. He's number 57 overall. Jameer Watkins from Florida State. This is going to change the NBA, him going to Washington. Do you think our front office is aware of their perception to the entire league, or do they not care? Sure, it's a little bit of you can't care about what other people think, but I think it was Bobby Marks or Mark Stein, one of those two. They were talking about the Bulls and their perception in the league, and they were saying, like, other GMs, other owners, like, they view the Bulls as, like, one of the biggest jokes. A team you could take advantage of. Like, I don't know. It's just tough. It took the Patrick Williams clone. Cash is probably helping them pay for the White Sox. You think it works like that? You can take cash in NBA trade, shift it to your other professional sports franchise. Saquon Barkley, can we draft a center and trade Vooch? I mean, there's not going to be a lot of good options at pick 55 here. Keep in mind, like, pick 55 in the NBA draft, this is like pick 240 in the NFL draft. Like, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get somebody, too impactful here unless you just get lucky. Mari Williams got good size on him. Vladislav Golden from Michigan. That was Danny Wolf's pick and roll mate this past season. Rocco's still on the board. Rocco Zikarsky. That'll be a lot of fun. I feel like that's going to be a pick people are going to be freaking out about. Like, oh my God, we got Rocco, and then like he'll barely play. But he's definitely an intriguing guy. 7'3". He's got a 31-inch vertical. Can shoot threes a little bit. But Bogo Lejub Markovic. Hopefully the Bulls don't draft him because that would be tough to pronounce his name over and over again. Maybe that's what I should root for, Dylan. I should root for the most basic name because this is a tough little run here. We got Rocco Zikarsky down, but Bogo Lejub Markovic. Yeah, let's Amari Williams. Let's keep it simple right there, huh?
I think the Bulls are listening. Now they're going to go with that guy.
Bogo?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call him Bogo. The Bulls get this guy. We're calling him Bogo. They overvalued Vooch, refusing to budge on Kobe or Zoe. We're running back our Munch Madness super team. Oh, thank God the Bulls won some games in March. There are some Bulls fans, I guarantee you, watching right now, commenting on my videos in March saying, I'm an idiot. The Bulls are a good basketball team. Who cares about the pick? Yada, yada, yada. And then we're here every single offseason. And I guarantee you, when the season begins, I'll be rooting for the Bulls to lose every single game next season. They have 0% chance to win the championship. I know saying that rubs people the wrong way, but how do you get that guy? You got to get a top pick. How do you get a top pick? You lose a lot of games. That's how the Spurs got Wemby. Mavs this year, outlier, got super freaking lucky with getting Cooper Flag, which is still a joke. But hey, Bogo to the Bozos, perfect. That's hilarious, Key. Let's get Bogo. I'm all in on this guy now. Bogo Lejub.
Isn't that buy one, get one?
Buy one. Yeah, buy one, get one. BOGO. I like it. Undrafted free agents. We'll have a video tomorrow talking about it. Tankathon watch is on already. So some more on BOGO here. He's 20 years old from Serbia. This is going to drive me up a wall. They keep doing this. 6'11", 215 pounds. Shot 39% from three. He played for KK Mega Basketball. Nikola Topic, Nikola Jovic played for him. Plays like a wing, likely a stretch 4 in the NBA. Oh, so they're not going to take him. Oh, no way. This guy from Northwestern just went. Wow. Brooks Barnheiser. Rolly didn't even have this guy on the big board. Is this Presti thinking outside the box here? Malika Andrews just said the Chicago Bulls are on the clock. Pat, any free agents you think the Bulls will pick up? Bulls don't have any money. They could sign a guy to the MLE of $14.1 million. Could get like a Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I don't want the Bulls to spend any money. I think you just roll it over the 26. It'll be a very boring offseason, but I think that's how they should play it. I love the young, and I'm almost certain they won't be bad enough to tank. The Bulls won't be good next season. Pretty confident in that. Like, it's a team of Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Buzelis, Patrick Williams, and Vooch getting it done. With Essengue, Dalen Terry, Lonzo, Ayo off the bench. Like, hey, that team will be good enough to win 35, 40 games. Will they be a good team? Absolutely not. And we'll be stuck in purgatory again. And again, it was so funny. I was at this exact time last season. The worst thing that can happen for the Bulls is for them to win 39 games again. And they did that back-to-back seasons. I think there's a chance the Bulls win 39 games yet again, and they'll get the 12th pick in a loaded draft class, take a flyer on some dude from across the pond, and some delusional Bulls fans would be like, oh, man, he's got all types of potential. He could really develop into something in 4 to 5 years. It's just extremely frustrating, man. Yeah, we are guaranteed a play-in spot, and that sucks. I pray the Bulls aren't in the play-in. Why did the press not ask the GM what he's thinking? Well, they did. He just deflects everything. He sounds like a jackass when he's answering these questions. Mark Eversley and Arturis, they get offended anytime reporters ask them questions, and they're like, oh, I'm the GM for the Bulls. I know more basketball than you. I actually find that hard to believe. I think Casey Johnson and guys like Joe Cali might know more ball than those guys. I don't know. Maurice coming in. Tatum and Halliburton injury hurt us, too, because now they think the East is open and they're going to keep everybody and push for the playoffs. I'm calling it. I had that exact same thought, Maurice. Right after that Tyrese Halliburton thing, I immediately thought about the Bulls and them thinking, oh, we could be better than the Celtics and the Pacers. We could get the top 6 seed in the East. You know what's going to happen? The Bulls are going to think that, and because there is enough talent on this team, they will be in the play-in tournament again, and they will lose to the Miami Heat yet again. It's going to be the same exact thing. And you know what's also going to happen? I want everybody to remember this, because they will have a stretch where they win maybe 7 to 10 games. They're playing a lot of bad teams in the NBA, and there's going to be Bulls fans saying, this is it. We're turning it around. We're making a run for the playoffs. What you're doing is just hurting your draft stock. And it's going to drive me crazy. There's going to be a stretch in, March next year. The Bulls are going to be 30 and 35 at the time. They're going to win 5 in a row. They're going to be 500. all these delusional Bulls fans are going to be fired up, and then you're going to look up end of the year. It's like, all right, so we're 39-43 for the third straight season. Going to get the 12th pick with a 9 seed. Eventually you got to tank. Sometimes you got to move back to move forwards. But because there's no move out there that the Bulls can make to even get them close to competing for a championship. Now, if I know the counter argument to that is like, all right, you're building a culture, you're building an identity, but like it's not like the Bulls have that, and they've tried doing that the last 3 years.
Oh my God.
Look who just got drafted. At pick 45 where the Bulls were supposed to pick. I need everybody. Please look at who just got drafted. Where the Bulls were supposed to pick. Rocco Zikarsky. They had the chance to get him. But Jerry wanted cash considerations. Cash considerations is why you didn't land this guy. One of a kind. God, did Bulls fans do something wrong? Like, are we still making up for the Jordan years? Like, the coin flip to lose out on flag. Rocco goes pick 45. Should have been the Bulls, but they needed cash. Jerry Reinsdorf needed cash, and now we couldn't get, one of the better centers in the second round. Oh, please clip it, DC. I want to clip whatever I was just talking about because I will play that during the season next year where, again, Bulls fans will buy in. Like, it was Kenny. Awesome guy. Great YouTuber. One of the greatest of all time. He was saying it kind of falls into two buckets where it's like, yeah, you want to root for the Bulls because that's your team. You never want them to lose. Like, even me, after that Lakers game last year, I was fired up. Josh Giddey just hit a half-court game winner. It was a lot of fun. But at the same time, you could also fall into bucket number 2 where it's like, okay, we're hurting our draft stock. We're going to get the 12th pick again. We're going to win 39 games for the third straight freaking season. And Jerry Reinsdorf is so fucking cheap that he needed cash considerations. And the one guy I wanted in the second round, Rocco Zikarsky, you couldn't get him because you needed cash considerations. So you had to move back 10 spots. Everything about this organization is wrong. Please stop going the... Thank God we have 350 people in here. For all of you guys, please stop going to Bulls games. Please stop buying merch. Please stop supporting this team. It's never going to change. Attendance at the United Center sells out every single game. Jerry, all he cares about is getting that 42nd home game in the play-in tournament. Because that's a plus for him on the year. He does not care. He just wants to stay relevant enough, and he's tricking people every single season. Because I'll tell you what, March is going to come around next season. Kobe White's going to be averaging 25. He's going to be looking sick. The Bulls are going to be 4 games under 500 in March. And some fans are going to be like, man, the Bulls are turning around. They're not. They're not. March hoops is the most delusional hoops in the NBA. Half the teams are tanking. The top of the league barely cares because they're locked in. And there's another big man, Amari Williams. Are we getting punked? Are we getting punked right now? I hope it is centers for the next 10 picks. I really do. You had a chance to get Amari Williams. You had a chance to get Rocco. Sell the pick. Get more cash. I don't want to draft at 55. The 89-year-old Jerry Reinsdorf is ruining this team. And he has been. Yeah, 100%. The Bulls lost the game on purpose last year to get a home game because Jerry wanted to sell those tickets. And those delusional-ass Bulls fans will still show up, support the team. And I get that's your team. I'm not going to tell you how to fan, but just stop supporting them. Stop buying merch. Buy merch off the street in Chicago. Don't go to Fanatics. Don't go to NBA.com. Stop buying Bulls merch. Please. Maybe we'll be Bogo. But Bogo's not even a real big. He's more of a stretch forward, Dylan. Oh, my God. There's some names right here. Vladislav. Golden. Bogo. I'm calling him Bogo. I can't. He will be called Bogo on the video. Bogo Markovic. Eisen. Almansa. Victor Lakin. That's fine. Grant Nelson. Let's get him. That's an easy name to pronounce. Igor Milicic Jr. Clifford or what are these names? You guys are going to see how bad I am at pronouncing names here with whoever the Bulls draft. These are tough. Yeah, so there's no more bigs left for the Bulls. I mean, they're gonna draft a guard. Are they going to take the 24-year-old?
Proctor's still there.
Proctor's still there. Kobe Sanders, like him. Javon Small. Javon Carter clone. I can't believe Rocco and Amari Williams went to 2 picks right where the Bulls were supposed to draft.
Are they really comparing him to Giannis?
Oh, no, I think they're showing team needs for the Bucks. Could you imagine? So Vladislav. I think that could be the pick. Vladislav Golden from Michigan. 7-footer.
Unless the Bucks take him now.
Oh, that could easily happen. Brook Lopez replacement for him. Vladislav. I got to hear somebody pronounce this. I think there's a chance he is the pick. Vlad. We're calling him Vlad. There we go. Vlad Golden. Vlad Golden could be the pick for the Bulls. But hey, we got 328 people in here, about 8 picks away from the Bulls pick at 55. Rocco literally went at pick number 45. You can't make it up. If you guys could, give me a couple C-Reds down below in the comments section. Let's get the chat going a little bit. I'll give you guys some shout-outs here on the show. But if you guys love the Chicago Bulls, even through these dire times, please, oh please, give me a C-Red down below in the comments section. Hunter saying, get Tibbs back. CC saying, oh, Malika. These are the people that broke up a 6-time champion for money. Yeah. Got a boycott. Might be the only way. Nah, but you guys will be sucked back in during the season. I promise. Phil saying C-Red. Mike saying C-Red. DC saying C-Red. Anthony. Timothy White.
Took your boy.
Bogo. No. All of our guys are going, Dylan. Bogo Markovic. They got this studio tapped or something. I don't know. Jeff saying C-Red. J-Rock saying, I've been a Chicago Bulls fan since 1982, and I can promise you no one player from the second round is going to be a difference maker, not missing out on much. Totally agree with you, but still just the process of you had a chance to get at least a competent center of the future, potentially in the second round, but you needed to get cash considerations, move back 10 picks. Now there's nobody left. And this Bogo guy looks tough. Stretch 4. Looks like Kevin Love. Who do you think they'll get at 55? I have no idea. I really have no clue who they're going to try to target at 55. I honestly hope they trade the pick. I think that would be the cherry on top, is the Bulls just don't draft. Did Kobe Brea get drafted? Yes, he did. Or, no, he didn't. Not yet.
Yeah, he did.
Suns? Yeah, Suns got Kobe Brea. Yeah, it's Proctor. Proctor hasn't been drafted yet. Grizzlies are on the clock here. Took Cedric Coward in the first round. 55 is my lucky number. We're getting a stud. Hopefully you're right. The rant is entertaining. Yeah, I mean, if you go watch our last 3 years on the channel, it's mainly me just yelling about the Bulls. I want Vlad. Are we in on Vlad Golden? Is Vlad Golden our guy? 24-year-old big man.
He's pretty good at UCF.
Went to UCF before.
Or not UCF, FAU.
FAU, yeah. Yeah, actually was at Texas Tech his freshman year. Went to FAU for 3, and then 1 year at Michigan. Javon Small, that's a Grizzlies pick. Very Grizzlies pick. Mr. 94 feet right there.
He looks jacked.
Yeah, for real. Dude's got some arms in that photo. The shoulders. All right, is Vlad our guy? Are we gonna overreact to Vlad? Are we gonna get super excited here if we get Vlad Golden? Let's do it. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna go in the next 5 picks. He'll be drafted before. Come on, we're bringing Vlad to Chicago. Vlad Golden. If you want Vlad, spam Vlad in the live chat. Come on, Vlad Golden, Nikola Vucevic replacement. We want him. Come on. He can shoot free throws. He's a big body. Let's do it. If you guys want Vlad there, spam it below. My man wearing black is fitting, yeah. We're at the Bulls' funeral. We're so cooked, Tommy. We're not cooked. We're getting Vlad. Vlad Golden is going to change this franchise. Golden and Essengue, the future. Come on.
Well, it won't be Proctor.
As Proctor goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, my God. There we go. Bulls' funeral is real. Bring Vlad to the Bulls. Show his stats. Do we got Vlad stats in there, Dylan?
Yeah.
You can get some Vlad stats. Come on. Golden showers for everybody. Vlad Golden, make it happen. Let's go. Oh, the Knicks are definitely going to take him. Give me Vlad Golden. Vlad Golden. Here we go. Here are his stats. I mean, this guy's probably going to be a top 10 player in the NBA if the Bulls get him. 27 a game. Minutes per game, averaging 16.6 points, 7 boards, a block and a half. See that field goal percentage? 60.7. What would you guys rather have, Vlad or Cash? All right, here's what Kevin O'Connor had to say about our guy Vlad Golden here. Golden is a large Russian center who excels at scoring at the rim with soft touch. And as a senior, he began to shoot jumpers. Concerns about his defense and athleticism, putting him in the second round, but he has the overall skills to be a rotation big. This guy's Nikola Vucevic. I actually take it back. Guys, we can't get Vlad. Concerns about defense and athleticism, but he's got good touch around the rim. He just started to shoot jumpers. This is Nikola Vucevic. If you just said that for Vooch, that's the same exact thing. Never mind. We're out on Vlad. No more Vlad. We can't. We can't. He's also 24 years old. Like, that is who he is. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do Vlad. Never mind. Take it back. It sounded good there for that 5-minute run when Vlad was a Bull. Now they're going to draft him. Now that we're out. Yeah, top bigs available here. Izan Almansa from the Perth Wildcats. Victor Lakin. Grant Nelson. And Grant Nelson's not even big. That's a wing. See this Ezan. Ezan. What do you think it is? Ezan or Ezan? Ezan. Yeah, he's 6'9". What about Victor? You don't got nothing for Victor. Oh no. That'd be a disaster. Victor Lakin, though, 6'11", 23 years old, though. Vlad to the Knicks. We're out on Vlad, guys. We're out on Vlad now. He is Nikola Vucevic. Kobe Sanders, RJ Lewis, Vlad Golden, John Tange. Please no Lakin. Let's see who the Bulls draft here. There's also a chance I have no idea who the Bulls draft. Yeah, no more Vlad. We're out. It was a fun run, but we're moving on. After reading that quote from Kevin O'Connor, I can't. Who's left? Not a lot of good options. About a little Eric Dixon. I want to hate Eric Dixon. Just trade out at this point. Who's trading in? Lakin? You want Lakin? The Clemson big? Ezan? Going Ezan here? Or you said Eisen, right? Yeah, Eisen. Yeah. Eisen Almansa. 20 years old. 6'9" without shoes, 220 pounds. He's got 7'1" wingspan. Oh yeah, Proctor went at 49. That was a good pickup. No, Marsh wants Kobe Sanders. Oh, Will Reichard, guard out of Florida. I'm going to hate that pick. Ezan Almansa. Ryan Nembhard's still there. That'll be a fun pick. I could talk about him for 50 minutes. Spike's sweating this pick out. Draft Harrison Graham to play the 5. I wouldn't hate it. Isn't that a kicker on the Vikings? It is. Same name though. Which is crazy. I remember I saw Florida playing Will Richard. Reichard, my bad. Yeah, I remember I was watching Florida play earlier this year though, and I saw that name and I was like, oh shit. Vikings kickers on Florida. Let's get Nembhard. I'm down. See who they get. It is going to be Kobe Sanders. Pat, do you think we'll get any player trades done this offseason? No, I do not. Harrison Graham is the king. I sit right next to Harrison Graham, believe it or not. Wouldn't hate it. Trade is in. What trade? Who just traded here? Oh, it's a trade? Oh, did they draft Kobe Sanders and trade him? So where is this going? Oh, it's going to the Clippers. All right. So the Knicks are... Is this cash consideration strikes again? Probably. That's pretty funny. It's like, the Clippers just called, be like, yo, are you cool to flop picks right now? Leon's like, yeah, what do you got to offer? Nothing. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's got to be cash. You get a second round pick protected through 58. That's pretty funny. We are almost there for the Bulls. 852. They definitely picked it up a little bit. We're getting Vlad. Oh, my God. Should I just rip this Vlad guy? Just rip the 55th overall pick? Should I be that guy? You drafted Nikola Vucevic. That would make a good short. Chicago Bulls fans, it's over. Bulls better get something good out of this draft. Well, pick 12 and pick 55. You're not really set up to come away with anything too special. I really hope the Bulls trade off this pick. Hopefully somebody likes somebody here. Oh, DC, we're 100% getting Vlad. I'm fully prepared for that now. Vuce at 55 is good value. He's not nearly as good as Nikola Vucevic. I'm saying just the archetype of player is similar to Vuce. I want something completely different. I want a lob threat, rim protecting center. I think that's the type of guy you want being the center for a Josh Giddey led team. Think he's going to be better on defense? I think once he turns 25 next year in the NBA, he'll take that jump. Titus, stop, dude. You don't got to remind anybody about that. That hurt. I don't know what Essengue can do his dunk when I was watching the highlights. Not impressed. Thank you. I feel like some Bulls fans are acting like we just drafted Pascal Siakam 2.0. I thought it was a bad pick. Understand he's 18 and a half years old. The guy's got no handle. He's got no jumper. I understand the form is all right, but it's also super narrow. Like he kind of shoots like Batum. And I just don't love the motion. Like he does get the same release point every time, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Essengue pick. I would be shocked if he's a starter in the NBA for 5+ years. Yeah, I would have rather gotten Derek Quinn, 100%, or Thomas Sorber. Another Diawara. Akina. It's all bad. It's funny, Marsh actually, I'm curious to see his reaction to this. He was saying he thinks people are overdoing it with drafting players from France now. Because he saw Wemby, like even a guy like Koulibaly come out was pretty promising. Long City Sports Talk saying you don't know basketball. I'm guessing this guy is thrilled about the Essengue pick. Listen, you can be a fan of him. You can be optimistic about him. But with what he is showing on tape right now, I don't think you can make an argument to me where it's like that he can be a plus offensive player. He weighs 195 pounds. I mean, that will probably change. Hopefully he can add on 20 pounds of muscle, but that's going to take some time to do that. He's got no off-the-dribble game. He's got no back-to-the-basket game. He's a good cutter, and he's a good dunker. But in the NBA playoffs also, and I should have said this at the top of the show, with Essengue, guys, were we not watching how physical the NBA playoffs were this past season? And you're drafting a guy who's 195 pounds, who's not a physical player. He gets bumped off his spot a lot. And this whole thing about him being an all-world defender, there's also a lot of plays that aren't in his highlight tape, but in his low-light tape of him just getting absolutely bodied. And it's not getting bodied under the rim. It's getting bodied to get into your pull-up jump shot, which he will get cooked in the NBA. I understand. I want to be optimistic about these guys. I would love for me to get up on here and be like, every player the Bulls draft, I'm loving them. I'm being optimistic about it. And I was that about Buzelis last season. But this Essengue pick, I think it's a terrible pick. I don't think it's going to work out. And you wasted pick number 12 on him. Like, I would have rather gone Derek Queen. Sounds crazy. I would have rather gone Rasheer Flemming. Because Flemming is going to be, I know he will be a solid role player in the NBA. I don't know. I want to be optimistic about Essengue, but I just don't see it. And I hope to be so wrong about this guy. But it's also going to take him, I think it's going to take him 3 years to be a playable player. He's extremely raw. And again, potential. Worst word in sports because it doesn't mean anything. But we'll see. Bulls are almost up here, actually. That's going to be a lot of fun. But it's just the recent picks in the draft. Jace Richardson I thought that was a really good pick by the Magic. Another pick I like here, Liam McNeely. Got some good value there. Rasheer Flemming, I thought that was a fantastic pick. And then back-to-back great picks for the Hornets. Sion James, Ryan Kalkbrenner. Should be good guys to fill out their rotation. I like the Elijah Martin pick for Toronto. They're leaning in the defense here. Don't understand the John I. Broome pick for the Sixers. Chaz Lanier for the Pistons. I like that one. And then our guy Rocco, man. Rocco went at pick 45. Who would have thought that? It's whatever, though. And then Amari Williams, another guy would be down the draft, went the pick after. Oh. And then John Tanji goes pick number 53. And Alex Tuhi goes to the Warriors. And now the Indiana Pacers are ahead of the Bulls, and then we'll have the Bulls pick. Jeff Bartlett coming in, saying, on my way home from the store, I was thinking we found our way into the top 10, 26 wins, best is 43 wins, but this is why we play the game. That's the worst spot to be in, is winning between 30 and 43 wins every year. Pat, how long do you reckon until the Bulls make a conference finals? I mean, it's at least going to take 5 years. It's not going to happen anytime soon. And I hate to be negative. I would love to be positive, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I understand also, as I have been working in sports media now, this is my 4th year. Positivity sells. I could get up on here and I could be hyping up Essengue. I could be saying, man, I really believe in this guy, because positivity is, I think people look for that with their favorite teams. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I hated the Essengue pick. I gave it a B- yesterday. Then when I went back and watched more of them, I'm going to give him, it's probably a C- pick for me. I'm not a fan of it. Would have rather gone Derek Queen, Thomas Sorber. Listen, I'd love to be positive about this Bulls team, but there's literally not a single thing to be positive about right now. It has been the longest 10-year run of being a Bulls fan. It sucks. And you will probably win 39 games again. I'm not saying the Bulls are the worst team in the league. Like, you have enough talent to win games. It's just you got to pick a lane. Like, how do the Bulls take that next step? How do we go from 39 to 49 to like 55-win season? I don't think it's a guy like Essengue. I'm not saying Derek Queen would have got us there either. I'm not saying Thomas Sorber would have got us there. But I would have liked that defensive-minded big in Sorber at that 5 spot. But I don't know. Essengue is going to be a project, guys. It's going to be 5 years until he's a real player, and that's if he works out. Like, he doesn't really have a game. He's just a 6'9" athlete. Like, I don't know what people are watching when they turn on his stuff and they're like, they see this crazy potential. Like, yeah, if he showed a little more handling the basketball, if he was getting to his pull-up jumper a little more, you go throw on his offensive tape, like, it's just all running and dunking. He'll maybe have 4 or 5 turnaround jumpers in a 20-minute highlight tape. Then also defensively, like I know he just has that long size. He's a switchable guy, but he also gets bodied a whole lot. He gets taken to the bucket really easily. And it's only going to get worse playing in the NBA. And again, with how physical the playoffs were, he's not a physical player. He's scared of physicality. Honestly, I'm down for Vlad for the vibes. For the vibes, give me Vlad Golden. I'm down for the vibes, Oz. Yeah, sorry, I had to get that rant out there. Just miss being a fan. Miss being a fan of the Bulls. Miss being a fan of the NBA. Aaron Wiggins went 55. Well, we aren't the Oklahoma City Thunder. I would rather trust the Thunder front office drafting a player at 55 than the Bulls drafting a player at 12. Vlad's mid to me. One of the spies, guys, whoever we pick at 55, it does not matter. He's on. Izzy Almanza. Izan Almanza. 20-year-old forward from Spain. He actually won the FIBA U19 World Cup MVP in 2023. FIBA U17 World Cup MVP in 2022. FIBA U18 European Championship MVP in 2020. He's a good athlete. He's quick laterally for his size, able to switch on the guards. Good rebounder, and active on the offensive end. I'd actually be down. He's like a good wing defender. All right, the Bulls are on the clock. Taylon Peter from Liberty. Wow. As we're on the clock here in Chicago, who do you guys want the Bulls to draft? Give me Ryan Nembhard. I could talk about Nembhard for about 20 minutes, and that would actually be a fun pick. Pat, any thoughts on DJ Stewart, G League Bulls player? Actually saw him play in high school a good amount. Competitive player. He's actually solid at Duke. I just don't know if he's an NBA guy, but we'll see. All right, you guys let me know. Who do you want the Bulls to draft? Are we going Vlad or are we going Izzy Almanza? Eisen. I think it's Eisen, he said? Or Eisen. Eisen Almanza. Eric Dixon would be a fun pick. I'm a fan of Eric Dixon. Don't know how his game would translate to the NBA, but I kind of want the Bulls to just do, let's just make this a very Bulls pick here. RJ Davis. Ryan Nembhard. We'll see what direction Chicago goes. If they go RJ Davis, I might crash out. Nembhard or Vlad? Going Vlad Golden. Is that our guy? Sticking with Vlad? Poor man's Nikola Vucevic? No, yeah. Nembhard, Markovic, Golden. Yeah, Vlad Golden or Ryan Nembhard. Those would be two fun picks. If they actually go Vlad Golden, I think the Bulls get a D- for this draft for me. Ryan Nembhard, they probably get a C-. RJ Davis makes this draft an F. He shouldn't get drafted by a team, but right now it is not still there. Vlad or Nembhard. What about Caitlin Clark? Ever think about that? Could you imagine that? It's like the last pick in the second round. Team's like, all right, screw it. We're going to try it out. Oh, Will Richard, Hunter Salis, Eisen Almanza, Ryan Nembhard, Jackson Robinson. Best available. Give me Ryan Nembhard or Will Richard. Will Richard wouldn't be bad. Who did they go? Oh, what about Victor Lakin, the Clemson guy? Vlad Golden coming in. If he becomes an everyday starter, it's a win. If whoever the Bulls draft at 55 becomes a starter, it's a massive win. Eric Dixon from Nova. I want to hate it. That drives me crazy. Bulls logo with Rocco right there. Hurts. There we go. Finally showing it up on screen. Talon Peter. Bulls will draft a center. Yeah, I don't know who the Bulls are going to draft. We'll see. See where the Bulls go here. Vlad time. No word yet on who the Bulls are picking. I'll let you guys know when we know. Could be Vlad Golden, Eric Dixon, Ryan Nembhard. My top two guys. I think number one, I would want Ryan Nembhard. Let's get another skilled guard off the bench. RJ Davis. Should probably freak out. Bulls taking a guard. Yeah, you got to run the 5-guard lineup again. The anticipation is killing me. Oh, the pick is in right away. Bulls get aggressive here. They had their guy. It's going to be Vlad Golden. It's going to be Vlad Golden. I am calling it right now. It's going to be Vlad Golden. Just because we were talking about it. They're going to draft Angel Reese. Give me Caitlin Clark. Why not, Buddy Bear? Why not? Can we cut Vooch? Unfortunately, we cannot cut Vooch. We could, but it's not going to happen. Oh, commercial. Is this good news for whoever the Bulls have drafted right now? Is it Vlad? Is it Vlad Golden? Poor man's Nikola Vucevic. Here we go. It's Vlad. I don't know if it's Vlad. Haven't gotten word yet. No word on who the Bulls are drafting. This 4-minute clock is a sham. Name your source. Bulls draft LJ Cryer. That'll be a fun pick. That'll be a good UDFA guy. Who's Vlad Golden? Is he a guard? No, he's poor man's Nikola Vucevic. Casey Johnson has it. Let me see. They just skipped over the Bulls. Now we're at 56. We just skipped over the Bulls. Are we going to show the Bulls pick here? Showing Talon Peter. Now we're just on the Memphis. We got no word on who the Bulls just drafted. Lachlan Ulbrich. All right, Lachlan Ulbrich, you are a Chicago Bull. Lachlan Ulbrich. More overseas players for the Bulls. 6'10", 21 years old. See if I got anything on him. Average 8.7 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 1 stock per game. 9.1% from 3, 54% from the free throw line. Highly coordinated and polished for his age. Strong footwork, balance, and body control in the paint. Lachlan Olbrich, newest member of the Bulls. We can't even find this guy's headshot. Lachlan Olbrich. He's not even in our system. What are we doing? Another 6'10" guy that can't shoot. There he is. Where's Lachlan? Let me see him. Oh. Push this across. The newest member of the Chicago Bulls. Lachlan Olbrich. Bulls fans, man. We're the most blessed fans in the world. All right, I'll tell Jackson we'll do this short. Can't get over his head. This guy looks like a Bull. Are we winning the East next year now after this? Dylan's a Knicks fan. I think he looks a little nervous after seeing Lachlan up on screen. Just cut off right there at the top. Alrighty. Head's getting tight. Pat, we are cooked. Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting pick right here. We got notes on him. Let's look. We got stats for Lachlan. NBA is trembling right now. The East may. This is the future of the Chicago Bulls right here. Lachlan Olbrich. Get to know him. Is this Giddy's? This is probably Giddy's boy from Australia, but yeah, I'm reading a scout report right now on him. It's not looking too good. All right. In the second round of the 2025 NBA draft at pick number 55, the Bulls select Lachlan Olbrich, the big man from Australia. Now, the Bulls were originally going to pick at number 45 in the second round, but they traded back 10 spots to get cash considerations. Jerry Reinsdorf's best friend, cash considerations. But at pick 55, they decided to go Lachlan Olbrich. We'll see if he ends up making this final 15-man roster for the Bulls. Interesting pick here. It's from Australia, so there should be some connection there with Josh Giddey, but definitely a very interesting pick for the Chicago Bulls. Lachlan Olbrich, baby. He's got a scouting report here. All right. Not ranked on Rolly's big board. Shows flashes of inside-to-outside versatility on offense for his size. Also has some impressive passing ability, undersized frame for a big man, and not great rim protector either. So an undersized big who can't protect the rim. Fantastic. That's awesome. You know what this tells me? This was clearly their guy that they were heading into the second round. They're like, we're going to take this guy regardless. Nobody else was going to draft him. I mean, we could have just signed him as a UDFA. I actually do got some stuff on him here. He's got 6'10" wingspan, 9-foot reach almost, 23-inch standing vert. Wow. 25 of 48, shooting the three ball at the combine. Off the dribble, 16 of 30, spot up, 15 of 25. Are we in on Lachlan? Are we in on Lachlan? I hope also Bulls fans know this is it for the offseason. We're not adding anybody else. We're not making any trades. You already have your team. It is so sad being a Bulls fan. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Will Richard goes to the Warriors the pick after. Oh, a good franchise making a good pick. I mean, Lachlan Albright. Lachlan Albright. Are we serious? Grade the pick for me. A, B, C, D, or F. Yeah. I don't really have too many thoughts on this guy. Throwing his freaking YouTube highlights right now. It's sick in the head for even doing this. Being a Bulls fan, man. Pat, when do you think we sell? Never. It will never happen. That was tough as shit, the first move I just saw. I'm not going to lie. He's got a little handle for a 6'10" big man. Yeah, this guy can't move his feet at all. F-, F+. Spelled backwards is cash considerations. Lachlan Albright. What a stunner for the Bulls. Alrighty, guys. Man. It's just a disappointing draft. Incredibly disappointing. I'm not too happy right now. He's not a two-way player. He can't guard. He's incredibly slow after the 2 minutes I just watched of him. He looks like a serial killer. Lachlan Albright. April Fool's, right? Nah. Yeah, we pick a center. Lachlan or Vooch. Good job, Dummy Dorf. Poor guy has a family. We're just shitting on him because of the Bulls. I mean, it's nothing personal with the guy. I'm just being honest on how I'm feeling right now. I thought Essengue was a terrible pick, and that guy went lottery in the NBA draft. These guys are going to be making millions of dollars. Maybe not Lachlan, but Essengue will be. Yeah, I think I give the Bulls D for this draft, D+. Yeah, D+ for the Bulls. Yeah, Vooch is happy as hell right now. No competition. Yeah, I had no idea who this guy was. Lachlan Albright. Don't compare this guy to Luke Longley. Please, yes, that is incredibly disrespectful to Longley. My bad. Was that a shot at Lachlan right there, DC?
There is one good thing about this. His name is easy to pronounce.
That is true, Dylan. Thank God. Lachlan Albright. Very easy. Max Shuga. VCU. A10. Overhit. Oh, yeah, just a sad day being a Bulls fan, man. It's the second round of the draft. Not going to get too worked up about it. But again, it's just a process. Sick to my stomach that Rocco went pick 45. And, yeah, I mean, more of the same. Nothing changed this offseason for the Bulls. We're the same exact team that we were last year. And We're going to go win 35, 40 games again, be the 9 or 10 seed, get the 11th pick in the draft. Cool. And I really mean this. Stop going to Bulls games. Stop buying Bulls merchandise, except for this awesome Bulls draft hat. Head over to chatsport.com/Bulls draft. Support us here at Chat Sports. Click that link, chatsports.com/Bulls draft. Bro, you act like you run the team. I wish I ran the team. We'd be a lot more successful than what we are right now. Yeah, see you in the 26th draft. But in all seriousness, if you guys do want to get a Bulls draft hat, make this day a little better. Chatsports.com/Bulls draft. Olbrick, man. Lachlan, welcome. But we're going to sign off out of here. Appreciate everybody for watching both days of the NBA draft with us. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, you guys getting the Olbrick jerseys? We're getting the Lachlan jerseys? Just I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything with the Bulls. Taking another L. Hey, we're gonna have a UDFA video coming out tomorrow. We're gonna have grades later tonight, so make sure you guys are looking forward to that. Yeah, typical Bulls. Just typical Bulls today. I saw Brody. A quick little 5-minute highlight tape I saw. There's nothing to write home about here. Who's your favorite pick of the draft? Favorite pick? Probably the Spurs getting Carter Bryant at 14. Yeah, probably that. It's just great value there. All righty, we're going to sign off. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you're looking for a video coming out in about 30, 40 minutes or so. See y'all next time. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Really, thank you guys so much. You guys just get to listen to me rant. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, I will say. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for everybody who tuned in tonight. And we'll see you guys next time. Go Bulls.